Sam. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. It's great to be here. It's really great to be here. I'm going to read some poems from this book, General Motors, first, and then I'm going to read some newer things, including some brand new things. But first, I just heard a couple of hours ago that the Italian poet Nanni Balestrini passed away today. I just read Balestrini for the first time last year, his book Blackout, which is an amazing book of poetry. I read a translation by Peter Valente, published in the US by Common Editions just a couple years ago. So, rest in peace, Balestrini. Chasing. We're in the Steamfitters Union Hall peeling Walmart stickers off hundreds of copies of The Mark of Athena. Athena will be free, and kids will love her, and kids will leave her for the Sea of Monsters, and the Sea of Monsters too. You can't get away from blue, the little girl tells me. Then here we are, blue. Blue rolls the street through as each April will, to mess you up a little. A little April pointed at the wrong pupil. Overproduction. Over the rainbow, the luxury of committing to nothing. Blue peels off. Liberty Motel, Liberty Gas, Liberty through and through. Chasing. What's wise blood? All the cleverness, all the being outside of. Wawa goose flies through it and the vulture brains fall away. I am a person of scepter, laugh at me. Everybody knows Captain Moneybags was hired to DJ the conversation. That's fine. Half-assed foreplay in the Great Depression. Knife on the roof, been there 7 years. Blood to rust. So what should the maximum wage be? Cockroach the size of an alligator just slid under my radiator. Chasing. We're in a Chick-fil-A, spiking the sweet tea with birth control. The deep state of coming hard spreads an all-caps hush of southern hospitality. Finally, I get it. We can barely contain ourselves. Hell dies, who wants coffee? All day the drip in my step elects the ground I walk on, a joke you can bite like a peach. See those coins we trust in? Those are God's passed down on the bathroom floor. Chasing. Good luck in all your future endeavors, types the middle manager, chewing on a Slim Jim. Back at home, we're rinsing off the isms. It's the weekend, and the middle class are out volunteering for the 1%. We grow free without them, though they keep calling. Feel them push Monday into Sunday, Friday into Saturday. 1% of one smidgen of a dead cockroach's heart casts its vote finally for the middle class. Can freedom be a pigeon? If it kicks you the right way. If it spits on your shoe and laughs in your face. If in your neighbor's face you look long enough to lose your mask and you feel it fly away, feel it shit on a boss, any boss, then yes. This is called Dumper Guard, which is the name of my dad's first job in the mid-70s for SEPTA, the Philadelphia's public transit system. He worked on the armored trucks that go from depot to depot in the middle of the night. Dumper Guard. To escape the Great Depression, people built roads without a plan. My road is here, their road is there. You can guess the state fish slowly a letter a day. The heart blunts what the car left. Music parked in a train graveyard in a forest in North Carolina. The shadow of an abandoned staircase makes public sense to fuck under. Hard work, scam of life, back at you, 4 a.m., dumper guard pours money into milk cans for Septa and his kids. Jersey goes back to Jersey and breaks off into the ocean. This poem's called Honk If You Don't Exist. So I took that from a bumper sticker on a car in South Philly. It's just always parked there a few years ago. And every time I walk by it, I just thought that's just my poetics. No other stickers on the car. It was like an 80s Toyota. It just says honk if you don't exist. So I managed to write a poem about it. A strike is people, the horse a door. You were saying Tempest, fuck it, we made your car. It's an eraser, get in, sit unknown, sit. Honk if you don't exist. You were saying how to be anything when everything's exhaust. A parade of geese has shut down traffic in front of the art museum. Nobody honks. The traffic is thinking about itself, its itness. My armpits stink. My girlfriend loves it. We're late to a job called food. The geese tease the streets. The museum starts jerking off. A cop shakes his head. The steps collapse in the rain. Rocky is now a girl. The flood hires us to be water. Our mouth grabs the statue of Frank Rizzo by the ankles. He waves goodbye like a dead trophy to his wife. The cops. She was born cops. Every day a blue life comes out of its blue mom. A smurf with a gun. There's another one, mattering like a sandwich on a playground. Marry me, he says, marry me before drowning. Memo for labor. You cannot separate the job from the house, from the rent, from the earth, from the food, from the healthcare, from the water, from the transit, from the war, from the schools, from the prisons, from the war, from the water, from the house, from the healthcare, from the war, from the transit, from the schools, from the food, from the job, from the prisons, from the rent, from the earth. This is called Anything You Say. The ticks tick at you. I got a paper cut opening a letter from a collection agency. They renamed the neighborhood Safety First. They keep trying to isolate the brand from the workers. But what would make you scab on your own mom? I keep asking. The dream of a clean machine runs all night. Captain Curfew will be signing autographs tomorrow in the Blue Room. In the streets, they keep trying to isolate aesthetics from politics. After the cops left, a man on his phone paced the block hysterically, going off. One day my neighbors were all new, and I was the trashy one. We're supposed to pretend it was nice once. Homeowners like to leave their trash in front of our building. Our building was our building when you called it the palace on your way home from work. You were you like a wind that blew the hands off a clock. I caught your drift, it was a little paradise. Your eye closed around me in the rearview mirror and we woke up fucking and smoked pot all day. The wind cries like a dog coating my throat. That's one regret of the thieving automobile. Another pet boutique has opened on the avenue. Can you start right away? My neighbor got a new dog to keep her company. She found a tick on his back and gave him a bath. The city barks when I walk out the door. My face and memories are offered up as consumer choices, so I say very little. A mouse nibbled on my spatula, so I threw it away. It's not important what you publish, it's that you publish. The dream of a clean machine runs all night. You tried every car door on the block, I watched you. I've been looking out this window for 10 years, and still I have not seen any celebrities. Utilities are not included, we're sorry. Listen to the tires twist in the mist. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed at owner's expense. Open to page 1 of The Dispossessed. The block party wedding erupts into a brawl. The DJ sighs and packs up his shit. A kid grabs a beer and runs down the street. Here's a few quotations from passages and books I've been thinking about lately. Ideas I've been trying to synthesize and explore further in new writing. The first one's from Lorenzo Thomas from a 1999 interview, Poetry Project newsletter. Our concern for novelty and so-called originality or newness leads us to become a nation of cultural amnesiacs. 1999. This is Sarah Schulman from The Gentrification of the Mind, published in 2012. The gentrification mentality is rooted in the belief that obedience to consumer identity over recognition of lived experience is actually normal, neutral, and value-free. And then this is from Dion Brand from The Blue Clerk, which I'm in the middle of reading right now. There is in our lives a televisual remove that one is afforded as a consumer of everything, a spectator of everything, the great spectator of the world. Nothing happens here, at least nothing that is not entertaining. So I'm going to read 3 brand new poems. These are very much in process still, but they're far enough along that I'm comfortable sharing them with you. This is called A Book of Stamps. To be on a stamp, you have to be dead 10 years. If you were president, only 5 years. You learn the rules standing in line at the post office. In a book called Standing in Line for Death, C.A. Conrad wrote, "Let us write the news on your newborn face." The news today is one capitalist clap for another, but didn't really mean it. One forever stamp costs 55 cents. The stamp is self-adhesive. You don't need to lick it. You want to be liked, if not licked, and affixed to a letter bearing good news. How to be liked, you wonder. To be liked, you might perform. You might lie. You might run for president. You might play dead so you can be part of America. You might have to. You might stand in line for a long time while a baby just cries and cries. You check to see who likes you today. Look down at your phone for the little hearts. The phone is your boss. It waits for you to perform. It pays you nothing. You pay it. You don't know who got paid to make the phone, how much or how little. You wonder if they too are standing in line somewhere else in the world right now. Famous people, people of the stamp, don't care if you know or like the people who made them famous, the people who work for them. But famous people, people of the stamp, want you to like them. Famous people, people of the stamp, keep changing their picture on the stamp so that you keep liking them. You cannot like them enough. You are on a stamp too, but it does not get you anywhere. The postman ignores everything under 55 cents. But you can play the stamp game. like a student in the Fox School of Business. You play the game while standing in line waiting for the present. You hope the present arrives soon. You hope that you have enough to offer it. You hope that what you are and what you have are somehow equal. And you hope that equality lasts forever. You hope that the hands fall off the clock and paradise grows up around you. You know that you have worked hard, that you have played the stamp game well, even if few people have received your messages. Surely your points have been adding up and the judges know how to count. But somehow the line has gotten longer. People must have butted in front of you. Frustrated, you begin stamping the ground with your foot. You begin protesting. The hands of the clock are now moving counterclockwise. Your hair turns gray and you look around you wildly. You call for those near you to join in your protest since they obviously are no better off than you are. But everyone just stares at you. Would you stop making a scene, they implore you? Can't you see that none of us wants to be here anyway? Shh, would you just be patient? Stop acting like a child. You're embarrassing us. Then, as if to pacify you, postal workers come over to your part of the line and begin handing out boots to people. Single boots, brand new shiny Doc Martens. Everyone in line then begins licking the bottoms of their boots, lapping at the soles like happy kids. Impressed upon, you look down at your new boot, smell the fresh leather, then look up at the clock, which has begun ticking clockwise once again. Gasoline and Calvinism. When they say flexibility, they mean Gumby got a raise for being nice, so why can't you? Now watch this drive. People think they're going somewhere, then a plane flies through your dream. Who was it? Who built this city? That city? Who speaks for you when you speak? Dozens of little cops point at each other in an office. It's the gig economy. You were gonna write me that letter of recommendation. And the last one is called The Deal. Let's see if I can figure out how to read it. The Deal. Clouds are laughs, everyone knows that. You gotta peel off the leaders one by one from your skin and zing them at the wall like beer bottles. Then look up after the after party, sun drunk in your skull. A fox jogs out. Clouds are laughs. I called the bar the poem by accident. The poem's been open since 1930. It was a school, now it's not. I stumbled in like a regular. I didn't have to. There were no principles. Poets were talking about a leaderless movement. Come over at 9, bring a 6, we'll have a reflection of accidents. Daily city thoughts are bark that crack off the dog of a tree, pedal into some new thing we could use or toss or riff off. What are you working on? A book of fishes. Okay, no pressure, no biggie. A book of fishes, we'll make it together. We pasted our poems on storefront windows and then ran. Laughs passed through our fingers, a school of fish. The poem won't go away. The poem won't go away. Clouds are laughs, everyone knows that. The grave won't shut up, it's okay. The grave won't shut up, it keeps singing. We believe the customers are our future. So the students shut it down. Children are children, the future is absent. Clouds are laughs, students are everyone. Duh. Thanks for listening.